Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So that was a proper sort of big up, big down scenario yesterday. It did look like we were finding some support on the moving averages here, and then immediately we had a breakthrough of the trend line, which is all looking pretty rosy for a move to the upside. But the oscillators were warning us that something else was brewing, and that's exactly what happened. So at the moment we are back in this zone, and I just want to use a block here because it is fairly important to sort of understand this area. And I mean, I can extend it even further, and I can even take it further. You can see where the green line is there, and even further. Okay, so this area here at 4380, 4400 is a very significant area. So I suspect you probably find buyers coming in here later this afternoon for a quick drive back up to maybe test the break of the moving averages, or come and test this trend line again. What the bulls are looking for is a double bottom here. They're not looking for a lower, sort of a lower low. They're looking for a higher low, and at the moment they've got an ever so slight one, or they're looking for a double bottom. Bears are looking to break below this 4370 area, and they're looking to close the week out down here. That would give us a red pin bar. Now, if you just look at the weekly, you'll see what I mean. At the moment, it's a green pin bar. If we get a red pin bar there, that's 3 weeks in a row where we are falling. But as I mentioned, this little blue block, look to the left, you can extend it even further down into sort of that area there, no, a little bit further than that, down there, and you can see rejection, support, confusion. So it does make sense that we come back and test this area, but pay attention to what pattern that produces. If it does come down here, we have a weekly head and shoulders. Okay, so personally I just think the market's going to just muck around. It's going to form some form of a range. We've just got to find where the bottom of this range is, and where the top of the range is, and that's what we're going to be trading for quite a long time this year. So patience is key. I think patience is very key. Right, so on the 3 hour, you can see we had support above the 155. We had a pin bar here. We had a break of structure yesterday late, going into the European session, which was driven higher. And then all of a sudden, we just started stumbling, and we fell like a stone back below the moving averages. So above, below, big up, big down, big confusion. That is basically what's going on right now. I would expect, I don't really think you're going to see, this thing fall too far. I think what we're looking for is we really are looking for a formation of some kind of a range. So we're just going to need to wait and see where that top and bottom is going to be. It's going to be a pretty wide range, in my view anyway, purely because that's just the way the bulls are trying to get it moving, the bears are trying to get it moving. So they're going to keep at certain areas. They're going to find areas which are of clear interest to them, and that's what they're going to be doing. So this 4,500, should I say, is definitely the top of the range. That is the area that the bears seem to think that we cannot get above, and the bulls, I'm not quite sure where the bulls are looking to buy into this, but there's so many levels a little bit further down. So it could be this 4,400, or it could be 4,400, or it could be as low as 4,200. So at the moment we are bottom of whatever structure has been formed for some time now. So this is an area of interest. I'd be curious to see what's going to happen here today. If we just pop down the 15-minute, you can see yesterday, nice 15-minute, nice gentle trend, fantastic opportunity, and no real signal that we had a range bar there, then we had an engulfing bar, but there was no structure there that it bounced off, apart from just being above this trend line. You can see how we tested this trend line and then broke above it. So you would have expected a pullback onto it for a test. We did get a pullback onto it. We've got a few buyers coming in off it, but then the very next bar dropped. So difficult one to have played yesterday, especially the downside, and it would have been nice to nice to play it, but based on my rules, definitely no structure, nothing really indicating that I need to execute my plan to short, and well, that's what keeps you in profit, I suppose. Just stick to the plan. Don't try and guess. Don't toss a coin and guess to get into these markets. So at the moment, there is bits of structure here. There's one in this zone here, so let's just fine tune that a bit just to get a better view of it. There it is there. You can see there's the support there. And that lines up with the 155. So a pullback back to 44.42 would probably offer some opportunities short. But looking at the oscillators and what we have going at the moment, I think we're probably going to break through this zone and head down to 42.72. So one thing that may be worth playing, I'm just going to pick a 30 minute, and I don't normally do that, but there is something that I want to just show you here. Just get it right. Okay, so there is a bit of a flag forming. So if we any move back up into close this gap, which typically does happen, I think you should see that as an opportunity to maybe sell, but there's no stop area. That's my problem. Only the closest stop area is going to be up above here. So possibly what you're looking for is you're looking for structure in this area, so you can keep a really tight stop above this this pin bar here, and then you're looking for a continuation of the downside. Now, I'd prefer a much bigger flag to get a continuation for this, and I'd also prefer a much bigger pullback. So any pullback up into 44.42 will get me looking for shorts for another continuation to the downside. But this little grouping that we have here could also trigger a short, but I suspect we'll test here and then bounce around and maybe just form a bigger range. If we break below this 43.66 area, then I suspect you're probably getting a second move down to the bottom here of 42.72. So yeah, lots of confusion. And me personally, I think I'm just gonna switch the charts off. We'll wait for Monday until we see some half decent structure. I'm not gonna try chase the noise that happened yesterday, because I think that move has already played out. So what we're looking for is the next catalyst, and we need to see structure before that next catalyst comes out. Anyway, enough for me this morning. I hope it helps, and I'm sitting on hands on everything, so early weekend for me. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch up with you on Monday. Cheers for now.